Who would have
subtle
thought we
plug.
would have a Dancing with the Stars segment on Raised on Sports?
Hey, it's a sport.
It is a
Dance is a
sport.
sport, so we can talk about it. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Raised on Sports, a father and daughter podcast. I'm Reagan, the daughter.
Hello, everybody. I'm Jason, the dad. Thanks for tuning in to Raised on Sports.
Woo, we're back after last week. My dad visited me here in Clemson, which was so much fun, and I already miss you, but it's about
Miss you
3
too.
more weeks till Thanksgiving, which is good.
Yep.
But what's new in your life? How's this week been, Dad?
It's been pretty mellow this week. Your mom was out of town visiting your oldest daughter, Riley, in Texas.
Yep.
So I was home and got to watch myself a lot of sports. I watched lots of college football, a lot of pro football on Sunday, caught some World Series games, even got myself watching some NBA basketball. So we have a lot to talk about. How about you? You have a good weekend?
Yeah, it was a really chill weekend. Again, I watched a lot of sports just like you. Didn't have a lot going on. We were all preparing for Halloween this week in college, which is, of course, a big spectacle in the college world. So we were kind of having a chill weekend and just sitting on the couch, watching movies, watching sports. It's getting a little cold here in Clemson. Fall's coming up. So, or fall's here, but the colder weather is coming up. So it's been nice. It's been chill. Nothing too much to report on. But like we said, there has been a lot of sports. It's crossover season, everyone. The best season ever, I think. There's so many.
It's a lot of fun. Lots going on right now. Lots to talk about.
Now, what was that graphic you sent me? I don't know if I could memorize the amount of games. Something like crazy.
There was something that was just today. So just today, and today is Monday, October 28th. So just today, we have a Monday night football game. You have game 3 of the World Series. There are 11 NBA games and I think 16 NHL games all today.
And it's a Monday.
It's a Monday.
The weekend. Wait, I'm going to find this graphic that you sent me because I reposted it on my Instagram story and I thought it was crazy. It said last week, what we're all going to talk about was 16 NFL games. 3 World Series games, 41 NBA games, 49 NHL games, and then doesn't even count college football.
Yes.
Which is an extreme number too.
Yeah,
so
it's crazy. Busy time, busy weekend, and fun to be a sports fan.
It's always fun to be a sports fan.
Always.
But especially now. But we do need to kick it off with talking about the college football games from week 9.
College football is heating up. We're about a week away from the first release of the College Football Playoff Committee's kind of preliminary bracket as they're going to start doing.
Yep.
So we're really excited for that. So teams all kind of just trying to fight for their positioning. Remember, it's a lot different this year because it goes by seeds, not necessarily your ranking. So a lot of good games.
Yeah, it's kind of shaking things up. Like we've mentioned before on this podcast, the 12-team playoff is new. And it has been shaking things up in college football because it's about the seed. It's not about ranked 1 through 12. That doesn't even – you could be ranked 9 and not
make it. Yep.
Not make it. So – but we do need to talk about Texas Vanderbilt, which was probably one of my favorite games this weekend just because how close of a game it was. It started with a Texas interception, kind of set the tone, and Vanderbilt scores first, had the first points on the board. Quinn Ewers is back. He played very well and threw, I think, 2 touchdowns.
2 scores, yep.
2 scores. Diego Pavia. I don't know.
Yep. The Vandy quarterback.
Obviously threw 2 touchdowns and played very well. It was a very good game, and I don't think anyone expected it to be that close after Texas just lost last weekend.
Yeah, I think Vandy was ready to play. They came out. I don't know if Texas is for real yet. The jury is still out, at least for me personally. Ewers had a good game, but just something still is a little off. So, but they survived. They got out of there with the win, a must-needed win. They did not get the Vandy upset alert. Even though
almost.
it was close, but college football, that's all you got to do is just win.
A win is a win. But Texas did play very sloppy. They had 10 penalties and gave up 4 sacks.
Oh.
And that does make a big difference.
Absolutely.
I mean, like we said, a win is a win, but it wasn't an easy win for them. So it's kind of causing some controversy is, are they as good as everyone made them out to be?
I think the one thing, too, with the SEC, I mean, those teams, that division, that league is so loaded with teams that are good from top to bottom. There's a lot of conferences where you can kind of have a bad win. I think if it's an SEC game, that really doesn't apply. I think any win in the SEC is a good win. It doesn't really matter how you do it. So good job to Texas getting their win.
And Vanderbilt beat Bama. So it kind of doesn't look like Texas's win or close game was that bad because they already upset a very good team in the SEC.
I agree.
Just kind of something to think about. But next, we do have to talk about another SEC matchup, the LSU and Texas A&M.
That was a game.
Was a game and a half. I expected LSU to win. I picked LSU last week to win.
Yep.
And boy, was I wrong. A&M was down in the third quarter, and then they switched quarterbacks. I don't know if you saw that, to Marcel Reed. And he just kind of took it away. He ran for 3 touchdowns in the last quarter and won the game for Texas A&M. Like he was
absolutely
reason.
LSU came out hot, had a halftime lead, 17-7, I believe. And, coaches changes and speeches inspiring in the locker room, and A&M came out in the second half a completely different team and just dominated. Them along with the crowd at College Station. Did you hear about this?
No.
I think it was their 3rd largest crowd ever of 108,000 people were at that game. Yeah. 108,000 people. I mean, I think they're jamming them in to get that many. It's probably 100, probably seats 100,000, but 108,000, their 3rd largest crowd in history. So
that got to be a great game just to be at, the experience, the atmosphere.
Yep.
Oh, I wish I was there. But no, I think LSU, they did have a chance for sure. They missed a couple field goals and they just fell short. They could not. The second half was not their half and not what they wanted to see.
Texas A&M now in first place in the SEC at a 5-0 record too.
Yeah.
So they are in a good position. And I'll tell you who it really helped. Right here, baby. It helped the Irish.
Always helping
Texas A&M. You just keep doing you. It helps the Irish.
Yep. Let's talk about the Irish and their domination against Navy.
Yes, that was a fantastic performance by the Irish. They came out. There was zero letdown. A lot of these other schools that you're seeing are having some kind of letdown. They just came out. They're 6 turnovers from Navy. A lot of them were just drop balls and fumbles, but you know what? They executed and they scored. Notre Dame really put on a beating, and it was a good, solid win. Yeah,
they led. Was it 31-7 at the half, and it was never really threatened. Of a loss. They were never really ever scared about losing, and Navy was undefeated. So this is a big win for them. They gave them their first loss, and I think Notre Dame's looking better and better each and every week. And I think they have a great chance of making the playoffs.
I hope so. We all hope so.
As a fan, we can say that for sure. Next, we're talking about...
How about Nebraska, Ohio State? Yeah.
Yep, which is also a great game and a very sloppy win from Ohio.
I think if you're an Ohio State fan, Coach Poston, if you're out there listening, I don't know how happy you really are about that game.
A win is a win.
A win is a win, but
even the coach said it.
You talk about a not looking good, ugly win. That was it.
after the game, the coach was interviewed, and he even said that was horrible, but a win is a win.
Yes.
But I know he's going back to the locker room, and he's not happy with his players.
He's going to rip them.
Yep. Yeah, he better, because
he's going to get into them.
Ohio State is not the Ohio State, again, just like Texas, what we thought in the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
After their loss to Oregon. And, I mean, again, they almost lost to Nebraska. It was
well, it'll all come full circle next week when they have a battle against number 3 ranked Penn State. So 3 years 4 this weekend. So
well, and now Nebraska is not bowl eligible because of this loss. That is their 6th loss.
Oh, is that right? Yeah.
Oh no, and they were so close.
What else you got? Any other game?
Indiana, Washington, which is a big win for Indiana, which I'm surprised they're not ranked higher. Because they're undefeated, right?
They're undefeated. I think they jumped up to 17 this week.
Okay. But they're 8-0 and 5-0 in their conference.
I know. I think it's still a little disbelief of how real they are. They have some tough, they still have Ohio State on their schedule. So they have some tough games still remaining. But nonetheless, I mean, they're 8-0, 5-0 overall in the Big Ten. Yeah. And, hey, they're doing what they had to do. They had to win a good game, and they did it. Yeah.
Every time Washington tried to make a move and scored, Indiana came back and answered.
Side note, did you catch any of College Game Day at Indiana?
No, I've seen like clips of it on.
Did you see the field goal kicker?
Oh, $150,000?
Yes. Well,
I saw that.
Did you hear what happened though?
No.
So they pulled an original kid out to kick the field goal. So I guess what the kid does is he goes back and practices a couple kicks before he comes up on TV to do the real one. Yeah. And in his practice kick, the poor kid blows out his ACL.
Wait, I did not see that.
Blows out his ACL. He's done. He's out. So they have to pull in some schlep off the crowd to do it. And so McAfee was going to give the kid who hurt himself and the kicker both the $100,000 if he made it. So needless to say, this kid just shanked it and wasn't even close. But yeah, the original kid blew out his MCL on a practice kick.
Wait, MCL or ACL?
Or one of them, or maybe even both of them. He was done.
I had no idea. I did not see that.
They didn't show it on TV. They just talked about it.
I hope not.
Yeah.
Is he okay?
I hope.
Is he getting surgery?
Hopefully they gave him a little bit of money attention and maybe a doctor bill.
He was just trying to make it.
I always wonder how they pull those kids out to kick the field goal too. Are they kids that are lined up there at the crack of dawn? Are they just random saying, "Hey, you look good, come out and kick"?
I doubt it's random. Nothing's ever random.
You don't think so? Could you make a 30-yard field goal? I think it's 30 yards.
I mean, obviously I'm going to say yes because I can make it, but under pressure on TV with a $100,000 check next to me, that's the question. I don't know.
Maybe we'll try it one day on the podcast.
Okay, perfect. When I come home for Thanksgiving, we'll go out into the field and see if I can make the 30 yards.
Sounds good.
We'll see. Hey, you got to do it too. We'll have another competition.
I might be next to that poor kid that tore his ACL though.
Yeah, I'll have to drive you to the hospital after that one. But anyway, it was a fun week for college football, and it's just like you said, it's just getting riled up. It's just getting started. Another thing that's kind of crazy right now, and you mentioned earlier, is the World Series.
Oh, yes.
Baseball is happening right now. 2 games down. 1 game is tonight. Yep. When this is posted, it will already have happened, so I'm interested. But let's talk about the Grand Slam in the 10th inning. That has never happened before in baseball World Series history.
Correct. You are correct. Yeah, that was amazing. And I am not a Dodger fan. I am an Angel fan, so I don't like the Dodgers.
Yes.
But I tell you what, I do like baseball players, and Freddie Freeman is a fantastic human being, a wonderful man, and a terrific baseball player.
Yep.
He is a family guy. He's a dad first. I follow him on Instagram.
Yep.
He is all about family. And I tell you what, that hit couldn't have came to a better human being. I am so happy for him. And everything that he's gone through. He's had a lot of issues with the family and his son. So I am so happy for him. That was definitely a moment that he will or nor will, any baseball historian will forget. That was epic.
It was literally when I was scrolling through Instagram and TikTok the next day, honestly, the night of the next day, it was just all about him. I saw correct me if I'm wrong, he ran up to his dad after he went back to the home plate or after the game or something. And just gave him a hug, and it was a full circle moment because he was talking about how it's just his dad raised him, hitting T-balls when he was young with his dad, and it was just a full circle moment for him, and it's just a moment that people won't forget, and it's almost like a tearjerker, memorable moment. And it's the World Series. That was the first game of the World Series.
I know.
And he again performed again on the second game of the World Series.
Hit another one.
He hit another homer.
Yep.
Was it Yamamoto?
The pitcher. Yep.
Allowed only one hit over the first 6 1/3 innings, which is definitely something we should talk about.
Pretty darn good, especially to that lineup of the Yankees. So
yes, I know. The Yankees are great hitters. Juan Soto is up there great. They have a bunch of great hitters. So the fact that he only allowed one hit in the first 6 innings is crazy. I did see Shohei Ohtani hurt his shoulder.
Got hurt, yep. So I don't know. Are they in trouble? Dodgers in trouble with that injury?
I don't think they've come out. I was looking today. They haven't come out with how he's doing, if he'll play tonight, if he's okay. I think the Yankees definitely need to take advantage of him being hurt, which is horrible to say, but they do need to take advantage of field advantage and him being hurt.
Right. I think last I did hear they look like he was going to play tonight. So we'll see how that goes. But you're right. They have to take care of their home field advantage at least tonight. I think this is pretty close to a must-win situation for the Yankees in Game 3.
Yeah, I did see one more stat that was, if I remember correctly, it's 45 out of 56 teams who started with 2-0 are going to win the World Series.
Winning it all, yeah.
So, I mean, who knows? There's still a lot of game to be played, but
could be a year.
Could be the Dodgers' year. Another thing that happened this week.
What else?
Was NBA. LeBron, Bronny.
Yes.
Court for this is the first father and son duo to hit the NBA court ever.
Yep.
How does that make you feel, Dad?
I'm so proud as a father. I mean, I am a Laker fan. That is my NBA team that I root for. And I am a LeBron fan. I know there's a lot of haters out there, but I am a fan of his. And what he accomplished on the floor with his kid, I think goes beyond words and what you can describe as a father to have your son. Not that he just made the NBA, but the fact that he's on your team and you get to share the court with them. I thought that was a moment I'll never forget. That was pretty cool. It
was a really cool thing. And I saw an interview with Bronny who was just saying, I was just trying to block out everything while he was on the court. I mean, he didn't play the best when he was on the court with his dad, but just the pressure, the excitement, all the articles that he knew was going to be written about him after that 3 minutes he was in, I think.
Yeah, about 3 minutes.
But it was still amazing. That was the 4th time in history of all sports that a father and son have played together, but the first time for the NBA.
For all the dads out there, I am sure they can all just
had a little tear.
Only imagine. Yeah, had a little tear for sure.
I do want to mention, it's just kind of out of pocket, that you literally sent me a reel about it today, Dad. Dwight Howard on Dancing with the Stars. I'm a huge Dancing with the Stars fan.
I know you are.
Every Tuesday with my roommates, and he is one of the best people. I wouldn't say the best dancers. He is 7 or 6'11", and
Yeah.
his partner is 5'2" or something
Yeah.
like that. Daniela. But he is so fun to watch and such a character. I don't know if you're
Right.
watching that, but
No, I'm in. Mom and Irish got me in. I am watching Dancing with the Stars and loving it. I love Dwight Howard. So yeah, he was courtside with his partner at the Laker game the other night, and during one of the timeouts, they played his music, I guess, from last week. So he did the part of the dance with her. And yeah, I shared that with you. So that was fun. He wants to sign with the Lakers when he's done with Dancing with the Stars and finish out career. That's something I read. I don't know how true it is. Yeah, but he wants to come back and he wants to play in the NBA as soon as the Dance with Stars is over. And he came out and said, I'd love to come back and play at the Lakers. So
because he was just with Orlando, right?
He was with Orlando, yeah.
He played for the Lakers before as well.
Yes.
That would be awesome.
He's pretty cool.
No, he is so funny. Everything is about his kids and his family. He dedicates everything to them. And if anyone on here is not watching Dancing with the Stars, it will put a smile on your face. Every athlete, every
well, I was gonna say,
on
you
there.
know who else I really like is Danny Amendola.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
he is
wide receiver for the New England Patriots. I loved watching him with Tom Brady on the football field. He's kind of dry, so he might need to bring out a little personality, but I like him. He's
a good dancer.
Yes.
And you can tell that he's an athlete for sure, just because he's so competitive. And I think that's why he's dry, because he's so serious and wants to be good and wants to be the best. And you can tell, and his partner Whitney always talks about that too, how he's so interested in the art of dance and just the competitiveness and just wants to get better every single week. So it is really fun to watch. We have Alona from the rugby team, Olympic rugby team. We have Steven from the gymnastics team. I'm trying to think. I don't think those are all the athletes that we got.
Athletes, yeah.
But
there's only about 5 or 6 left? How many are left?
I think 6.
6 left? Okay. All right.
I don't know. I love it. Everyone needs to go watch.
Who would have thought we would have a Dancing with the Stars segment on Raised on Sports?
Hey, it's a sport.
It is a sport.
It's a sport, so we can talk about it.
Absolutely. You know what else we got to talk about?
Yes.
Our picks.
For next week. Week 10?
Week 10, college football. And I think, where is it? There it is. Yes,
Dad, 14-2 is very impressive.
Dad went a perfect 5-0 this week and is now 14-2 overall.
That's impressive. I will admit it. What am I?
Yeah.
9-7.
You're 9-7.
I'm up.
It's a winning record.
It's a winning record.
I'll
take it. Not everyone could be 14-2, but it's okay.
So what games?
I'll make up with it.
Let me get it ready here. All right, I got my Rays and Dad's picks. What do we got? What are our games?
First game is College Game Day here. Ohio State, Penn State.
College Game Day is in what is that? Happy Valley.
Penn State?
Penn State, yeah. Happy Valley.
I don't know the city, but this will be a game. Probably one of the greatest games the whole season.
Well, so at least so far. I mean, it's the Ohio State was in the game against Oregon as what was that, like 1-2 or 2-3? So this is 3 versus 4. It's in Penn State. So you know what'd be really cool is if it's a whiteout game. We need to look into that. If it's a night game whiteout.
That is honestly on my bucket list, is to go to a Penn State whiteout game.
Right. Ditto. I'm right there with you.
We'll go together one time.
Okay.
But it is, we should mention that the Penn State quarterback did get hurt.
Yes.
I don't know if he's hurt enough to play this weekend or not play this weekend.
Yeah, I think they're going to see how it goes this week. And
that will be a big difference.
Yeah, they need him. It is an early game. It's a 12 p.m. game, so it is not a night whiteout game. So who are you picking?
After Ohio's sloppy game against Nebraska, I'm going to say Penn State. Hopefully that the quarterback's there. If the quarterback is there and healthy and ready to play, Penn State is going to win this game.
All right. I was leaning Penn State as well.
Okay.
Oh
Like it at
man.
first, so.
Oh man, it's I just think what a great story, what a great buildup. You're right. If the quarterback was not in jeopardy of not playing, this would be a slam dunk Penn State pick for me.
Slam dunk.
I'm gonna stick with it. I'm gonna
Okay.
stick with it, and let's go Nittany Lion. I'll pick Penn
Okay.
State.
So we're picking the same. But next, another ranked matchup, ACC matchup, is Pitt SMU.
Okay.
It's at 18 right now. SMU's at 20. So I'm wanting Pitt to go down because Clemson plays them in 2 weeks. Pitt is undefeated, 6-0. This will definitely be their biggest game of the season. They haven't played anyone that notable yet, but they are undefeated, so that's why they are ranked. They still have SMU this week. They have Virginia the next week, and then Clemson all in a row.
Yeah.
So I feel like this game will definitely set the tone for how they're going to play in the next couple weeks. SMU is 7-1, but with BYU being their one loss. And BYU is a great team.
Yes, very good. Who you got?
I'm going to say SMU.
Okay. All right. I'm in agreement. I'm going with you too.
Okay.
I watched the Mustangs against Duke last weekend. I watched a lot of that game, an overtime thriller. Duke went for 2 in the win when they could have just kicked the extra point and tied it, but they went for 2 and was unsuccessful. So SMU walked out of there with a win. I just think they're playing really well right now, and that being a home game, I think you're right about Pitt not really being tested yet this year. So this is their first true test, and it comes on the road against a very good Mustang team. So I will pick SMU.
Okay, another pick where we're the same.
Yeah, we're same.
And I hope we're the same for the next pick as well when we talk about Clemson and Louisville.
Oh, okay.
Louisville, as people say.
Louisville.
I mean, obviously, I'm picking Clemson because I go here. I'm a huge fan, and they need to win. And they're 6-1 right now, with Georgia being their only loss. And they should win. Kate Club is kind of on a roll. We're coming back from a bye this week, so hopefully they're working super hard for the last 2 weeks, with the weekend being off, of course, and they should win. Louisville is 5-3.
Yep.
They lost to Notre Dame and SMU and Miami. So they're all good teams that they've lost to.
Very good teams, yeah.
But Clemson should win.
I just think it means more to Clemson. And Clemson's in that position now where they are ranked 11th. They can see kind of a chance at the ACC championship game. So they know that every single game is a must win. It's at home. It's a night game for you. So that should be fantastic down there in Death Valley.
Yep.
Yes, I will take Clemson as well, just because it's more important for Clemson.
For sure. And their next 2 games are Virginia Tech and Pitt.
Yes.
Both away.
Yes.
So in Virginia Tech away, everyone's been talking about is always.
That's a scary game.
It's a scary game.
Yep.
And we're almost there to the end of the season. I think we got Citadel under our belt. We should have South Carolina under our belt. So these next 3 games are pivotal for our chance in the college football playoffs.
I agree.
Well, they should win.
All right. Clemson it is.
And next, we're going to talk about Oregon, Michigan.
Oh, okay.
So Oregon's ranked 1 right now. They are 8-0. The spread being them the favorite at 14.5 points.
Okay.
Yeah, after being Ohio State, and they crushed Illinois last week. They're a very strong team right now. I don't think they should lose. They don't really have any tough games coming up after that either. I think if they were in the SEC in a harder conference, it would be a different story, and I don't think they'd be ranked 1.
Mm-hmm.
That's my biased opinion. But I don't think they should lose. I think Oregon will win. Michigan lost to Texas. and Illinois and Washington.
Yeah.
They're not strong this year.
Yeah, we're gonna match up again the same on this one as well, Ray. Number one team in the nation. Again, they see the light at the end of the tunnel and the championship game and the Big Ten championship. So they are in every game's a must win, and this is a big road test. I can see Michigan coming out and putting up a fight against them, and have it being close, maybe even all the way up until halftime. But I just think Oregon's offense, and especially now lately their defense, are just too tough. So to be able to do that for the entire game, I think Michigan's going to have a hard time keeping up. And I think Oregon will pull away in the fourth quarter and in the big house and win this one.
Yep, I agree. Also, I love their uniforms, so that's another reason I picked them. But next and finally, Kentucky, Tennessee, which should be a good game, I think. Yeah. Tennessee is definitely the better team, but I think Kentucky has the ability to upset them. They also have yet to play Georgia and Vanderbilt, so they have them.
Yeah, that's the scary part for me, because Georgia, I believe, is next week.
Yes.
I think it's next week. So this is a trap game, as they say in sports. So are you looking ahead to next week? I think Tennessee's in a real good spot to go into Georgia undefeated in league play. Or no, one loss. They have one loss.
Arkansas.
Yeah. So I think Tennessee, they've been through this before. They're well coached. I don't see them looking ahead too much. Again, it might be close early. I will pick the Volunteers, though. I think they are.
No, I do have to agree. I agree. We are going 5 for 5 with this picks of the week. It's not much of a competition if we pick the same, but
I know that's the first time.
We do have to end out this podcast with, we always end up with a lesson, but I kind of wanted to share just a story that I remember so specifically growing up, and we did touch on Dancing with the Stars. I grew up a dancer and I played soccer my whole life, but I was always tall. Dad, you were 6'5", 6.
Maybe back in the day. I think I shrunk a little bit. 6'4".
Okay, so obviously you're tall. Mom is about 5'9", 5'10". I am now 6 foot tall, so I'm a tall girl. I grew up always being tall. I was always taller than every other kid and boy ever. Yeah. But I would get asked, honestly, at least once a day, oh, do you play volleyball? Oh, do you play basketball? Oh, why don't you play volleyball? Oh, you should try. I would have coaches coming up to me being, have you tried volleyball before? I was probably 8 years old. And I would always say, like, no, I dance. No, I dance, which is normally a sport for shorter girls, or couldn't see a lot of tall girls dancing, but I loved to dance. Yeah. And a specific story I remember growing up is that every time someone would ask me, oh, do you play volleyball? Oh, do you play basketball? My dad would say, or I would say, I dance. And my dad would say, like, oh, like, she should play volleyball. She's tall. Like, but then there was one pivotal moment. We were at a grocery store at home, and the clerk or cashier asked me, oh, do you play basketball? Do you play volleyball? And I was like, no, I dance. And then she kind of looked to my dad, and my dad was like, she doesn't play, but you should see her as a dancer. She is an incredible dancer. She's not a volleyball player, but you should see her dance. Yeah. And I still remember that to this day, that specific moment. We were in Albertsons in Ladera Ranch, and I have a visual memory of it because it was kind of a moment that I flipped in my brain. I always knew you were the best supportive dance dad ever, but that moment I knew you were going to support me in anything I do ever in my life.
Of course.
If that means it's something that's not for my body or like is for shorter girls, if it's not for me and I'm still passionate about it and I still want to do it and I still love to do it, you are going to support me no matter what.
Yeah. Wow, that's a great story, Ray. I
Do you
don't
remember
remember that day at the grocery store, but I do remember always being asked if our daughters, our girls, what sport did they play? Oh, they dance, and you would get the immediate reaction of,
Oh,
"Oh, not volleyball? No, no, no. You have no idea the level of commitment and athleticism and focus and strength, everything that goes into being a dancer." So I think it's definitely overlooked. But yeah, you turned out all right.
yeah, I definitely turned out all right, but it is truly like the look of disappointment. I always thought, I literally wrote my college essay about being tall and about these pivotal moments in my life where I would see just kind of people like, oh, you dance?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, I think too, here's the thing. I think that as a parent, obviously, parents they're going to be supportive of their kids. But there's also that part of a parent that wishes my son or daughter did this, whether it was athletics or
Yeah.
arts or music or anything. Maybe it was because something that they experienced themselves. So sure, did I, part of me say, yes, I wish she played volleyball too. She'd be on the beach and the Olympics and all that. Sure. But I also knew that the love and the commitment that you had for dance wasn't just a, hey, this is what I want to do. This was a hobby. This was something you were really committed to, as you would be committed to any team sport out there as well. So when I saw that in you and the other girls, I think that's what kind of triggered me to, I will absolutely support and go to bat when someone says, you should play volleyball. Volleyball, holy cow, you should see them dance, So, it kind of went both ways. You taught me a little lesson in how committed you were to dance, because I didn't know a whole lot about dance growing up.
Why would you?
Yeah, I knew nothing. I learned it through mom and I learned it through you guys. So as soon as I saw the love and the passion that you all picked up, that's real easy to jump behind, especially as a father, and say, go for it.
And let me tell you, he is the best dance dad ever. Irish still, my younger sister, still dance, and you're still the number one supporter. Sometimes the only dad there from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m.
Yeah.
Or 12 a.m.
12 a.m.
And
long days.
You're always there, and I will cherish that forever. And I know whatever I do, whatever I end up doing in the future, you will be supportive of, which I could not be more grateful for.
Thanks, Ray.
Well, you're the best. But that's kind of to wrap up our episode. It's kind of a long one today, but it's going to be a fun week in sports. Got lots of
great week. Yeah. You have a great
next week.
Have a great Halloween week.
Thanks. You too. Are you dressing up this week?
I'm sure at school I will wear a costume like I do every year that I'll probably think about the night before. So
okay. Well, we'll have to update that.
Yes.
That next week.
I will let you know.
We'll have to let each other know what we are wearing for Halloween.
Sounds good.
But this is Raised on Sports, and I love you so much, Dad.
Love you too, Ray. Have a great week.
You too. Bye.
Bye.